Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back. Yes, we have music. Yes, we have audio. Yes, I don't think I fucked anything up for once. Oh, we will see. Anyway, we are back with Wizordum, which is the old retro-style boomer shooter in the mold of, I guess, Project Warlock, sort of? Anyway, it looks interesting though, I like the sprite work. Let's see what we got here. So, we've got, let's see here, Grimbook Outskirts, best score, best time, hard time. Oh, we're not going to do that. Okay. Oh, we get our classes. So we have a Sorceress and a Cleric. Obviously, we're going Sorceress. Duh. I'm terrible. I'm only adequate at shooters, so we're going to do Journeyman. Oh, man, oh, man.
In the once peaceful realm of Terra Bruma,
the
ancient seal was shattered,
peaceful realm,
unleashing an untamed surge of darkness upon the land.
I can barely hear this.
Mercenary.
Oh, shit. That was all lore. Fuck. I was just trying to increase the audio. Okay. So 1 second. I'm gonna go back and redo that real quick so we can actually get some, information. I turned down the audio because I thought the background music was a little loud. I'm gonna see if we can go back. Let's see here. Let's go back to the main menu. Try and see if we can get that audio, that lore, that sweet lore. Okay, let's see what it's again. All right, here we go. We still got Polo.
In the once peaceful realm of Terra Bruma, the ancient seal
got an ancient
was
seal shattering,
unleashing
darkness
an
from the
untamed
land,
surge of
mercenaries from the
darkness
west,
upon the
blackened by
land.
chaos.
Mercenaries
Very,
from the west,
very traditional,
their hearts
fancy, very
blackened
traditional.
by
I
chaos,
respect that.
descended upon the
Oh
unsuspecting
my god.
towns.
So, I've been
pillaging
thinking
and
about what to
plundering
do
without
for
mercy.
Thursday, because unfortunately I'm not going to be here on
As
Friday.
the darkness
I have
crept
to go to a
southward from
wedding.
the treacherous northern
Makes
mountains,
me cry.
it seeped into the
I'm so
very
mature.
essence of the land, corrupting the water, the soil.
I assure
even
you,
the very
saying
air itself.
tee I'm so mature
Amidst
does
the
not make
growing
you sound
despair,
mature. It's the tee.
The people of Terra Bruma sent forth a desperate
Anyway,
plea,
I've
a
been
clarion
trying to
call
decide
that
what to
echoed
do for
across the
Thursday.
realm,
I've been
reaching the
flip-flopping a
ears
bit,
of those
and
who
I've
could
narrowed it
confront
down
the
to
approaching
3.
chaos.
And I kind of want you guys
The
to think
magic
on this. I'm going to
wheels
ask
of
you out on the
Wizordum,
screen and probably
a
decide by the
sanctuary
end.
and bastion of
Which is,
arcane knowledge.
we've got Trials
Responding
of
to
the Blood
the
Dragon,
urgent
which
summons,
it's Dragon,
Wizordum
it's
dispatched
pretty
its
cool
finest
looking, it looks like fun.
spellcasters from
Haven't
every
played
school of
Ubisoft
magic,
game in a while, and it looks like one of
united
their
in
better
their
things
resolve to
they've ever
combat
done.
the chaos and
Their
unravel
side
its
stuff generally gets more
source.
freedom. Sorry, I've been busy
Yet
uploading
despite
music.
their
Not a
valiant
problem.
efforts, none of these emissaries
There's also
returned.
Ori and the Blind
Their
Forest,
fate
which
shrouded in
has
mystery.
obvious reasons why, you know,
a
looks
young
pretty
and
cool,
promising magic
seems pretty
wielder,
awesome.
stand as one of the last remaining
And seems like something I could do
spellcasters of
interestingly.
Wizordum.
And then there's the
Before
first
you
Berserk
lies the outskirts of the
Kazan,
desolate
which is like
town
kind
of
of
Grimlock,
Souls-likey.
once a
Surprised I made it
vibrant
so
hub
early.
of commerce and life.
Oh man,
Now,
you're right on
reduced to
time,
a
dude.
mere
You're like right
shadow
on
of its
time.
former glory.
It's great.
Its streets
Okay,
razzed
so
by
we're
the
a
relentless
young
onslaught
magic user. We're gonna deal with all these people. Wish you could edit comments on stream. Oh wow, that is some fast movement speed. Boomer shooters really knew how to let you like move the fucker. Oh, you can actually search people for loot. Okay, so I must have like a limit on. I don't think I'm limit on this. This is my basic attack. I don't have a limit on it. Okay. Can't jump. Listen to Oingo Boingo. Perfect time for it. Looked up this game. Looks very interesting. Yeah, it does look cool. It's very retro. Like this is, to be fair, it's made in Unity, which I was really surprised to see the Unity logo. I haven't seen a Unity game in like a while. I know that it definitely things that have been made in Unity, but honestly, I can't remember the last thing where I like vividly remember the Unity splash screen. You know, it's been a bit. Unity fell out of favor when they tried to like monetize every fucking download they make. Good God, the sheer balls on them for that particular play. We got like a 2-minute timer to finish this one, like far time. So it's supposed to be short. You can actually like apply for that. Ah yes, the basic ammo. Alright. And stop. Hide. I guess we need water to deal with that thing. Is this like a thing where we're supposed to like come back here later on in the game? Oh, fire rings. Figured Unity. Reminds me of Crazy Pixel Apocalypse. Halloween is Friday. Hope you have a good one. I'm not going to be here for Halloween, unfortunately. I have to go to my brother's wedding. It is very unfortunate, but I am going to be here on Thursday. I know, it sucks, but I think I mentioned it a few times in the past. It's just an unfortunate thing scheduled that way. I will be getting to wear a dragon costume on Friday, though, because so at least I only have to for like one evening. Alright, we've got fire rings, so we use fire rings to use magic. The alternating on it is really annoying. It seems like alternate, so it's hard to like get it around corners. Got stuff. By the way, the game sounds a bit louder than my voice. Alright, let me adjust that. I'll adjust it. I think I see what you're saying. It's kind of like dipping into the red zone. There we go. Actually, I'll reduce a bit lower. There. That should do it. It is pretty loud. The weird part is the voiceover for like the dialogue or in like the big introductory spear. Oh, by the way, the plot for this game is darkness has consumed the lands. Woe is us. Mercenaries' forces are now corrupted. All hope is lost. You know the usual fantasy setup, right? Alright, so I can't even use that health potion. Or can I, like... Alright, so we got an actual map. We got fire rings. We have no other items to use. I don't know. The game volume is louder. It's weird. Actually, you know what? I might go into the settings and actually, like, mess around here. Oh, wow. This is, like, the default. I only messed with master volume. Let me decrease maybe music. I don't know. Sound. There's no, like, voiceover. Oh, wow. That's really annoying. Okay. That's a bit weird. I wasn't expecting this. So, like, it looks like the music and the ambient volume. Let's turn down ambient. Maybe that'll do, like, sound effects. Or is that just, like, walking sounds? There aren't even that many, like, options for how you can adjust the settings. There's just, like, general sound, music, and ambient, which I think is just, like, walking around or item pickups. Alright, I can't do that. Minor Fire Essence. Nerd Dragon, the GOAT. How goes, everyone? Lord, even DJ's here. I know, right? DJ is actually, like, here early. He was the first one here. Man is an all-star today. What's up, dog? Oh, hey, Nerd Dragon. How's it going? It's our second to last stream of October. So we're enjoying Wizordum, which is, I don't know, it's fine. I feel like I spoiled myself by playing Project Warlock first. Because, like, look at all this stuff. Look at how flat these textures are. Compared to Project Warlock, which had, like, some interesting depth stuff going on, I feel like these are just kind of basic sprites. I don't know, I like some of the designs. Like the little dead wizard corpses. Those are good. Goblins are a bit basic, but they're fine. But everything's just, like, really flat compared to Project Warlock, which was a lot more... it had a lot more depth stuff going on, a lot more detailed models, it felt like. Or detailed sprite work. Maybe I just like the vibe of Project Warlock more. Everything is, like, nice and overly lit. I like all the color. I like that it's pretty vibrant and bright. But going to Duskmourn draft for Halloween. Oh, that's sweet. Nice. That's a lot of fun. I wonder if you guys are going to do, because they have these little mini games now. I'm not sure if you've ever, like, experienced one of these, but they've been doing these things in draft where you can play with these, like, mini game rules. Like in Duskmourn, it was you could pay a certain amount of mana to flip open or move to a room. And there was this whole thing where, like, there was essentially, like, these little tile cards, and you could flip them off a deck and place them nearby, and then open them up and go there. And you get different effects or bonuses. So it's like mini game on top of regular Magic. Anything I should know about it? Duskmourn? God, it's been a while since I played Duskmourn. I will say Duskmourn is pretty heavy enchantment, so enchantment removal will probably be relevant. There's, like, a lot of enchantment creatures. There's some pretty decent equipments in Duskmourn, from what I remember, and some decent, like, vehicles and stuff like that. So you might see one or a few of those. If you get the... Oh, if you get the hedge trimmer, I don't think we're doing the minigame. That's a shame. It's actually a lot of fun. I kind of like it. I know some people don't, but I did enjoy it when I did it. Oof. Ouch. Okay, got it. Now, let's see. I'm trying to remember anything, like, important about Duskborn that, like, affected my draft experience. I can't really think of anything. I will say most of the enchantment creatures that stick around and give you, like, a permanent buff afterwards are pretty good. And I recommend picking them. They give you a steady effect, essentially, is their gimmick. Basically, they're an enchantment creature when you initially play them, but then they can die, and then they stick around as a permanent enchantment afterwards. Which is kind of nice. It's a pretty good thing. All in all, Duskborn is just kind of fun. Again, it's been a while. I don't really remember any particular draft strats that were overly important. Which is a shame, because I do remember enjoying it. I just don't remember a lot about the specifics. Oh, we got a Chronicle. Dad hates the pop and Halloween music I listen to. That's a shame. Halloween music and pop music can be really fun together. Tell me he at least likes Nightmare Before Christmas. This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Like, how can you not like This Is Halloween? That's like concentrated joy. We ate chicken. We have eaten chicken. You know, it's weird that I don't have a melee weapon. I've been trying to, let me double check the controls to make sure, but I don't think I have a melee weapon. Let's see, custom bindings. Melee, melee, melee. Oh, no, we do have a mace. It's RB. Okay. Or, maybe I haven't unlocked the mace yet. I guess I haven't unlocked melee yet. A little weird, because usually in a boomer shooter, it's like the first thing you unlock. Okay, so where am I supposed to go? We're supposed to go in here. Alright, got it. So we have a consumable now. Night Before Christmas. Danny Elf. Remember a secret to secret hunt. I forgot to tell you in Project Warlock that Parsley reveals how many secrets are left. I eventually figured that out, actually. I actually played a little bit of it on my own time. Just for a bit. It's actually a game I probably will go back to regularly. Sort of like I did with Listanga, where I went back and did some, like, secret bonus levels and stuff like that, or the challenge level things. I haven't beaten all the challenge levels in Listanga, but I've done a few of them now. I need to go back and do some more of those when I have some free time. I need to add that to my list of, like, free time things. Because I have media that I want to enjoy in my free time, and media that I enjoy in my, like, pseudo-work time, I guess you could call it. Alright, so this will get me to where I need to go. I like they have an objective marker, at least. Some people might not like those, but I actually think it's pretty good for these kind of games where the levels can be really sprawling. Second class is for melee and charging attacks. Oh, so I only get mace. So it's class-based. That's why I'm not doing it. It's because it's class to them. I get it. So only the priest gets to whack people with his mace. You know, I was given a cover that showed beautiful, beautiful shit going on. Alright, we clear the Grimbook outskirts. How long that took? The par time is in 2 minutes, and my best is 9. Would stick around, my goddamn father is annoying, bother me. See ya. I'll see you, DJ. Nice that you locked around. Alright, we can only upgrade critical chance on this. So let's go ahead and upgrade critical chance. I could have probably saved up for some other things like increasing max ammo. Let's just exit the shop. Singing voice of Jack Skellington. See ya. Gods. This is a pretty... I don't know. I don't hate it. I don't think this is a bad game. I just... What's the word I'm looking for here? I genuinely think it's that I played Project Warlock first. And now I've been, like, spoiled. Because when it comes to, like, fantasy-style boomer shooters, that game was kind of amazing. Honestly, if I get sick of this, I might do a little bit of Project Warlock. Because I feel like it was, like... Yeah, it's doing a very different art style. This is more classic fantasy. It's more, you know, bright and colorful, which I do like. I think the sprite work is pretty good. Like, look at that guy. That's a wizard guy nailed to a door with his arms checked out. Look at the guts spewing out right there. That's some good sprite work. And the fire on the staff is pretty good. I like it. The sprites are pretty detailed, but not like super detailed. The pixels are still pretty chunky, but you know, enough though you can like really see some more than you would have seen on boomer shooters of the era. Although honestly, this would have probably been like right at home in like later 2D boomer shooters just before 3D hit the market. Yeah. Well, how didn't you find these secrets? You're being really sloppy with this one. Starting areas give you clues how to look for secrets. I was trying to match the par time. The reason I didn't really look for secrets there as much is because I was trying to match for par time, and I did look around a bit. Of course, I'm not going to get the par time because the par time is goddamn insane. I don't think that's really par. Or maybe it's like in golf, where like par is supposed to be like the best you can reasonably do once you're good at it. A little ridiculous over here. Alright, let's try and find some things. Destroy all the bushes, search the bodies, look around, hump the walls, and try and bash the A button. They're getting old. It's always ill despite their age, so I can't get mad. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like these guys feel weird. I feel like there must be a secret there. I don't know. Again, I'm talking about the sprite work for this game, though. I do think it's pretty good. Like, based on, like, 2D boomer shooters I've seen. Maybe I can break this gate or something? See, that's the thing. I'm unsure if, like I need specific ammo to break these, or if I can hop over there a different way. Let's see here. Maybe I can hop over... Oh, we can go over here. This game will eventually turn to higher gear. Yeah, I imagined. It has a little upgrade shop, too. Is this more like a roguelike thing where you're expected to kind of go through the entire game multiple times and then get better and better? I got that. That's the vibe I got from, like, the par system they have for the runs. Like, is it like a roguelike thing where I should expect to just, like, get murdered to death and have to restart? No, can't go over there. I'm looking around for secrets. Ow. Fire be hot. Fire is hot. Nope. Holy shit. That is a big rat. Big rat. Why do rats in fantasy games have to get giant? Like, legitimately, fantasy, you have so many other monsters. Why do you need giant rats, too? I'm actually asking, does anyone know why they have to have giant rats in fantasy settings? I feel like they have enough giant monsters. They don't need giant rats on top of all the other giant monsters. Oh my god. There's so many giant rats! Alright, got him. There we go. Ooh, what have we got over here? A helmet! We got an armor cap at the catacombs, where was a major... Catacombs was a major inspiration. Also, apogee indie games from the 90s. What is catacombs? I haven't heard of that one before. Rats are native to the dungeons in the real world. So what? The magic makes them giant? Every battle mage carries a handful of these arcane energy-infused orbs. When thrown, arcane fusion triggers an explosion. So this is basically a magic fusion bomb. Cool. Let's do it. I love how destructive that sounds. Man, oh man. Makes sense for it to also be native in the fantasy world. I'm not saying that rats being here doesn't make sense. Like when we went in Baldur's Gate and had to kill all those rats using like, or like when you had like 1,000 like rats, and I even get them having like psychic powers or magic. My question is, why do they have to get so big? I feel like this is way too common. Like giant rats, I feel like are more common than giant humans. Although they are less common than giant spiders, I guess. So I guess I really should be directing my question to giant spiders, but for some reason that one feels more reasonable, and I think it's just because Tolkien did it. Because what would Tolkien do might as well be the motto of fantasy. At least on a surface level. Not his, like, actual inner workings where he was good at writing. Come on, come on. Any secrets I can find? I'm just waiting for one of these fucking paintings to reveal a hidden door or something. Man, a lot of wizards died before I got here. Blue magic barrier dissolved. Fantasy rats have goblins to eat. These are some chunky goblins, I will give you that. These are some very chunky goblins. Oh man, oh man. Okay. Let us proceed. I'm still looking for secrets, by the way. I'm constantly hitting the A button while I look for, or the X button technically, because I'm using a PlayStation controller. I don't know why I always default to PlayStation. I think it's just because I enjoy the PlayStation's controller setup. Glacial staff. Ooh, whoa, wait, let me check something. Can I put out the fire? No, I cannot. Oh, I have an ice shard Gatling gun. That's pretty cool. Cast 8 fireballs in all directions. For single targets, this thing is pretty useful. Alright. Got this. Whoosh. But no, I genuinely think the spider thing is because Tolkien did it. Because, again, Shelob. Though, again, a lot of some of the best parts of fantasy have been, like giant spiders are pretty cool. I'm gonna be honest here. Over the years, I've gone from the initial, you know, the thing everyone's like, where it's like, ew, spiders. And I'm like, no, spiders are good. Spiders mean no mosquitoes, because they'll get the mosquitoes. They'll get the other insects. They'll get the horse flies and the regular flies and the mosquitoes. Spiders are our friends, everybody. They are our symbiotic partners in life, especially in the damp city. Especially in the humid cities down in the southern, near the equator. And giant spiders just means they catch giant bugs. Ignore the fact that occasionally planes get caught in webs and people get devoured wholesale. They're our friends. We create giant buildings for them to perch their wedge between. Guys, I would love to see a version where, like, giant intelligent spiders like Shelob or Aragog exist. And they're like, okay, humans, if you let us build our nest between your 2 twin towers, we will, I swear, protect it from kamikaze pilots. And thus 9/11 was prevented by the spiders. All hail our spider overlords. Why do you think there are Cazadors in New Vegas? No giant spiders. Exactly. Exactly. If only Mr. House had some giant spider mutants to help him out. This is why we need to be okay with mutants, okay? They're cool. As long as they're not eating people. And even then, as long as they eat raiders, it's fine. Morality and that such. Moral relativism and such as that. All hail the Silk Dome. All hail the Silk Dome. Oh, the anti-missile defense system. It's like, yes, how do you protect your country from the incoming threat of nuclear missiles? We have a magic spider dome. What? Our spiders weave us a web of impenetrable magic thread that prevents any outside threat from bombing us. Okay. We have an alliance with the spider gods. All hail our spider companions. They have been our companions since the days of old, back when they were small and unmutated, when they kept the mosquitoes and other dangerous parasites from us. And now, as they have grown in size and enveloped themselves in magic, they have become our allies on an even grander scale, and guard our nation to this day. I suddenly want to write that story. It's like, imagine living in a world where giant spiders are just a thing. Where it's just like, yeah, we just live here, and we live with our human partners. We've got humans. They build us all these nice buildings to build our webs in. They're perfect. They protect us from the giant birds, too, with their missiles. Just like what we did with wolves. Yes, but with spiders. Alright, so we need to get to that key. We need a treasure key. Secrets revealed on my map. Cool, cool. Well, I've got like 13 secrets and I have found none. Seriously, where are they? It's not that I'm not looking, guys, I swear. Maybe there's something I have to do to reveal secrets properly. Okay, I don't see any around here. So let's... secrets should be popping up on my map, though. Looks like this is blocked off. Let's go this way. Oh, here we are. Here we are. I can't get in there. I can't get in there. Just because it tells you where the secrets are doesn't necessarily mean it knows how to get in there. Although, what's this? Secret inside here? Just like we're doing Wolfside. Yeah. Oh, man. You know, it is interesting, though. The more I play of this, the more I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like the diametric opposite in a lot of ways to, like, Project Warlock's interpretation. Because Project Warlock was going for more of, like, a cyberpunk magic vibe, you know? With, like, technology and magic meshed together in harmony. Or maybe not in harmony, but the protagonist was using both. Whereas this is very classic fancy. I got a stone skin elixir that turns my skin to stone for extra resistance. Oh shit, I accidentally took it. Oh shit, I hope that wasn't necessary to get to a spear. Oh no, wait. God damn it. I was trying to check my items. You may feel a little cold. I bet that was a hint to get past something like a fireplace or something like that. Damn it. Alright, wait. Let's go back in here and find a secret. Was very brutal doom coded. Yes, exactly. Whereas this is more classical fantasy fun vibes. Oh, I found a secret. Fucking giant rats. Pestilence bearers. Now I'm imagining a giant disease where the viruses are like the size of like the viruses carried by the rats are like the size of like rats or like small rat organs, and they latch onto you like little parasites. Maybe. No, that didn't do it. What is this little mark? It seems to be telling me something. I can't see what it is. Oh well. Did I find the secret at least? I have not yet found the secret. Okay, what is the secret here? How do I do it? I tried throwing an orb. That didn't work. Maybe the wine? No, that doesn't seem to be working. God damn it! Reveal to me your secrets! Doom secrets are never half this hard. Very catacombing-ish. Once a vertical layer, color active pieces later. I'm just trying to figure out what the deal is. There's like an off tile, but that doesn't seem to be anything. Oh wait, maybe there's water dripping. So this is water. Can we try freezing it? No. Ugh! There's supposed to be a secret around here, and I have no idea what it is. Like, I know there is a secret in this room. I just don't know what it is or how to get to it. It's clearly... Okay, it has something... Oh. I just had to push the door. Okay. I'm an idiot. I'm an actual idiot. Check the map. Got it. Wow, King staring at me from 2 angles at once. How creepy. Alright. Now that we've wasted a bunch of time, we finally understand how the secret doors work. Let's try and find some more of them. So, where else shall we go? Ooh, another room with a secret. Further back here. Hello, Mr. Goblin. Please die. Get wrecked. Alright, I probably should use my fire rings, because this is like the power of Fireball. Ah, you died to the spike trap. I do like how a lot of the mages seem to be like around things that killed them. Like they were either surrounded by a horde of enemies or out in the or near like traps where they got murdered. You know, none of them are just like out in the middle of nowhere with no enemies around. There's always like a pretty obvious explanation for how these guys ended up dead. You missed one in the starting area. Okay, they're destructible. Interesting. So I shouldn't be destroying everything around me. Alright. Good to know. Good to know. Alright, so I can't unlock this door. At least not yet. Is there like a lever or something? Maybe we come over here. Hey, Mr. Big Goblin. Eat fire. Eat my staff. Its power shall consume you. Alright. Oh, sparkly. Mine. Sparkly Jimmies. Yes, mine. The Draconic Greed is coming out in full force, hope you know. Alright, rapid fire. Need a treasure key still, okay. That doesn't seem to be doing anything. Where do we have? More goblin filth. Okay, while we talk about the goblin filth, let's consider some other things that have been going on. For one, I finally finished my Claire Obscure Expedition 33 video. It's all ready and good to go. I've exported it. I tested the audio. It worked fine. I'll need to double check it once I upload it to YouTube, make sure there are no copyright claims. I don't think there will be. Video games tend to be much looser. It's an indie studio. They're not generally as aggressive, but didn't expect you to become full-blown Project Warlock fan. I know, right? I'm not usually a huge boomer shooter guy, but I will say, of all the boomer shooters I've played, I think I like Project Warlock the best. Oh, there we go. Get it. Got it. Found the secret. And then I can use this to unlock something, right? Okay. Well, I got a bronze key. But, yeah, so all I got left to do for the Claire Obscure Expedition 33 review is finish the thumbnail. And for the thumbnail, I mostly have stuff worked out, except for my fucking dragon hands. I've been working on the hands for like several hours now, trying to figure it out before I go into like the shading and coloring section. I am bad at drawing hands. I am trying to get better. Code and Assembly's been giving me some advice as I've gone. I've been using my real hands as like kind of a model. I've been going back to basics, you know, taking like basic cube shape, putting cylinders on the end for the fingers. I'm just really bad at drawing hands. It's one of the things I've never really mastered. Or I still haven't mastered, I guess. I haven't really mastered anything. But I've gotten good enough to be good at other parts of drawing, or at least decent. But not when it comes to hands. Hands are so hard, guys. The fingers, it's not even necessarily the basic hand shape. I can kind of get that to an extent. But when you add the fingers, for some reason, I cannot keep the proportions straight, and the thumb always juts out in an angle, and everything just falls apart. It's so frustrating. It just makes you want to cast Fireball in a crowded room. Ugh. Like, I cannot express enough just how frustrating it is. Hands are easy. Everyone's got 2 references. Oh. I have tried. Well, and part of the problem is I'm viewing them at an angle I don't usually see my hands, which is them facing outward, holding the items. Okay, restart from last save. Please let there be auto saves. Save often. Oh, okay. Never mind. There are auto saves. For a second there, I thought that I saw the save often button, and I was like, "Oh God, please tell me that auto saves exist." Get wrecked. Get wrecked. Whoa, what was that? Oh my, more goblins. It's called a mirror. I know. I need to get better at it. And I have gotten a little bit better over time. I'm not as bad as I used to be. It's just... frustrating. It's a frustrating part of drawing I've never been able to... Most of my drawing experience has been to avoid hands whenever possible. And I need to get out of that habit and start trying to do it more. Because the more I do it, the better I'll get at it. And I know that. It's like with anything. The more you practice it, the better you get. And I'm getting better with hands that are like a bit outstretched, like simple poses. Or with the hands just, you know, hanging there. I'm getting a little bit better. But gods, when you have to have them interact with other objects like 3D, grabbing something else, man oh man, can it be a bit of a pain. But hey, I'm going to get better at it. I've been practicing a lot too the last few days, just with the hands in particular, doing a bunch of different variations. Improvement is coming, slowly but surely. I'm going back to basics, getting myself more and more familiar. It is one of those things I will just need to get better with. And you know what? It should be fine in the long term. It'll be fine. If I keep saying that, it'll be true. Okay, so where do I go for this? Something about this area feels weird. There's some other secret here. I know there is, because the map tells me there's something beyond this door. Oh, there's a lever. Get wrecked. Okay. Hey, we got it. We got the secret. Okay, let's head back upstairs. And we are awake. How many secrets have we gotten? 2 of 13. Alright, we don't want to spend too long on this level. I really want to get more secrets, but I also don't want to be trapped here forever. I'm also not sure which key I've gotten yet. Oh man, there's just a... The goblins really like nailing wizards to, like, stuff, don't they? It's a little unnerving, actually. Like, I'm cool with goblins being there. I'm just, like, a little unnerved with how much they seem to love sticking us up in a crucified position. It's a little awkward, you know? Just a little. Just a little awkward. A little strange. A little bit weird. This feels like an obvious secret. Wherever these things are generally implies secrets abound, you know? Also that, like, light feels very pointed. Nah, we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue with plot. We're gonna continue with the main mission. I have to admit defeat. There are too many question marks on this map. Too many question marks, not enough time. Never enough time. Perhaps we will unlock new things as we explore. Alrighty. So, you've played this game before, right, Nerdo? Oh, we can cast Blink. Alright, well, wait. Oh, shoot! We can, like, dash. Cool. We've got blink power. It's on a cooldown, I think? Or is it... No, it's on some sort of resource timer. Alright. They have some goodies. Any, like, suspicious cracks? Let's check the map. Nothing seems to be weird around here. Alright. Treasure chest? I still don't have a treasure key. Very frustrated by that. Where's a treasure key when you need it? Am I right? Oh, hello, Mr. Jester Man. Alright. Killed him. Oh, now we got the Killjoy achievement. Great, I just became a Killjoy. Ugh, I turned into my parents. How horrifying. Ugh. This is a dark day for Dragonkind. A dark, dark day. We have become Killjoys. Man, this really does feel like Magic Doom. Like, I know it's a Doom-like, you know, Boomer Shooter style Doom-like, but something about avoiding the fireball while running really does echo back to, like, outrunning a rocket launcher, you know? I don't know, something about it just, like, really hits that vibe of what Doom really could be at times. Alright, so I can't blink go down. Something I can shoot to, like, access... It feels like I should be able to head down here and go somewhere. I guess not. Ugh. Oh, well. Alright, let's keep exploring. Okay. Where are we going to now? I actually don't know where to go forward. Strange. There's no objective, Malka. Alright. Oh, we got an elevator. Let's head down here. Briefly, this thing is, once you learn secret philosophy on the first level, you give what's up and regularly use it. In other words, if you want to get better, restart the game. Wow. I feel called out. I mean, it gave me a par system and you didn't expect me to rush through. I'm sorry. You literally told me, hey, this is the time. Challenge yourself to beat it. Enjoyment of the game comes from how stylish it is. Second, how tight. Level design opens with later verticality. Yeah, I am missing the verticality. Like, it has some. Don't get me wrong. I've been attacked from high points before now. But it is missing a bit of verticality. I will freely admit that. Oh, the fact that it is going to open up does sound nice. You know, I've gotten 3 secrets. There's an auto run toggle. Like, why? Why would you ever bother turning auto run off? Okay. So, we go this way. Huh. Let's see if we can head down here again. Oh, I haven't been down here. There's a fireball maze. Shit! I was trying to do my, my little, like, blink dash attack. Oh, shit. Alright. Oh, I was out of them. That's why. Oh, shit. Okay. That's annoying. Maybe I can do something to avoid fireballs that's not blinking. Because apparently I can't do that right now. Can I stop them with ice balls? So ice doesn't stop them either. Good to know. Oh, we're supposed to go this way. I see. Ah! Destroy the red magic barrier. Oh shit! We got goblins! We got goblins in the murder basement! Alright, we've got a secret around here. Over here it looks like there should be a secret. I'm unsure as to where that secret is. Whoa! Okay, there are falling crevasses or whatever. Not crevasses, what am I saying? I'm just like repeating words now. Oh, I think I see. Maybe we can destroy this pillar? Well, obviously not that way. Maybe I can blink past it. If I had blink powers. Ice power maybe to blink this one? There's gotta be a way to break the... Oh wait, I have no more ice shards. Maybe, God damn it, break already! Nope. Maybe push one of these guys? Nope. Damn it! I know there's a secret somewhere like behind these pillars or something. But I can't get it. Ugh. Ow. Fire damage, hurts, hurts, hurts. Once you start thinking about maximal geometry nailed down, secret rooms become easier. I guess? What the hell was that? Holy shit! And I'm out of ammo. Shit, 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 shit. Alright, got the general. Hello, Mr. Mercer! Been a while. We are currently playing another retro boomer shooter. This one's more colorful and carefree. And I'm about to die again. Because I am a little bitch. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll survive via pure tenacity. Haha! Get some distance and continue to fire. Continue to shoot little pew-pews. It all becomes easier as you shoot pew-pews. Pew, 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 pew. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Oh! Holy shit! Uh-oh. Gotcha. Haha. Alrighty. What else do we have? Little coins. Bit of chalices. The gate has been closed on us. Wow, these goblins are really going at it, huh? It's been a while since I've seen actually threatening goblins. Like, these are goblins leading the charge on a fucking Dark Crusade. When was the last time you saw that? I mean, aside from, like, maybe Goblin Slayer. That was, like, years ago now. Fragment found. Lore fragment. Is there a secret around here? Well, I'm gonna head out. Let's go! If you think this feels doomy, wait till you play Heretic. Ah.
Hello. What can I do?
Yes! What upgrades do we have? So we can get a Blink for an additional charge, Frost Breath, Arcane Shield. No, we can't buy any of those yet. We only have 8,000. Doesn't look like I can actually buy anything, which is probably a sign that I haven't been doing enough exploring, unfortunately. I'm gonna get crushed. I'm gonna get utterly crushed. Okay, let's figure this out. Let's try and find as many secrets as we can in this one, because this is gonna get really compoundingly bad really quickly. Oh, we got the oozes! We got oozes now! Everybody, we have oozers! Nice sewer level with slimes. I mean, like, that's where the slimes belong, right? In the sewer level. If there's anywhere on Earth slimes belong, it's the sewer level. Okay, I pulled the lever. Anything else in here? Oh, we can go across the water. We can even go down here, maybe? Any secrets? Any secrets? Looking for any secrets? Anyone got any secrets for me? Just looking for some weird secrets and stuff. Perhaps some random treasure hidden in a loot room. Maybe a secret enclave of wizards who left their final secrets before dying horribly. I'm not picky. I'd even settle for like an extra chalice or two. You know, special holy grail thing, but it's just normal chalice. Just imagine someone has like a holy grail setup where they have like a whole treasure room full of fake gold. And on the pedestal is just their normal coffee mug. And they take it out every day and wash it. Let's see. Well, that worked out well. Doors opened elsewhere. Well, I can't open it here. And all the paths seem to be, if not blocked, then temporarily blocked at least. And nothing seems to be interactable, really. Let's head back up and back outside, I guess? Wait, where did I even... Well, no, I started in here, though. Where else do I even go? I am so lost. Oh, when you don't know where you're supposed to go, but the game obviously says there's stuff you need to do still. Oh, there was more to the sewer area. I just missed it by being oblivious. Apologies for my short attention span and foolish behavior. If you're new to the channel, this is a regular feature of my behavior. I'm apologizing for something I do like every day. Oh, we're back to goblins. I was hoping this would be like a slime level. Oh, gods, I am like dying like a motherfucker. I might actually take you up on the whole restarting thing in a bit. I feel like I almost should. Honestly, should I restart? Oh, no, I'm already so far along. It's already 8:30. We got this. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. We got this. This is what initial overconfidence leads to. This is not call out, by the way. I know this pain. Well, I shall experience this pain in tandem. For this is the developer's vision. The pain and suffering of the hasty and impatient. Alright. Okay. Got this. Fire shield. Cast a protective fire shield that lowers fire damage for 50% prevents the caster from catching fire. Interesting. I'll have to save it. Oh, we can destroy the lights. Okay. There's a secret in here, I think. Or is this just the way forward? I think this is actually just the way forward. Alright. Got it. Fire rings. Fireball! Fireball! Fireball, 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 fireball! All the fireballs in the world cannot save you now. For I have the power of fireball on my side. And you shall be defeated. Is there a way to get down there? Nah. Spellstriker. Did you actually get a magic gun in the new age with the help of Spellstriker? Arcane Rock, which is filled with here's magic, is shattered upon the earth. Okay, so I was playing around in Magic Wizardland, and I just got a shotgun. Like, look, you could say it's arcane juice being pumped into the barrel or whatever excuse they just gave. Okay? You could use whatever excuse you want for this. In the end, it is very simple. We have, what is it, everybody? It is a magic shotgun. That's right. Because you can't have a Doom clone without a super shotgun. Hey, I think we found a secret. Nice. Found a secret without even meaning to there. I mean, I'm not saying it's not fun to have a super shotgun. Like, I praised, you know, Project Warlock for doing this. And then again, Project Warlock also had really thumpy animations and audio that, like, really made you feel every impact and swing. Whereas this game feels a little more normal with its audio. Boomstick, you can turn this into a grenade launcher. Oh, gods. You know, for some reason, this reminded me of the sentence where, what color would you have your magic shotgun shoot? I mean, I assume purple, right? Purple gives you that vibe of, like, it's magic, but, like, unstable, radioactive-ish magic. Either purple or green, I think. But green is a bit too similar to, like, Star Wars lasers. And I'm like, nah, we don't want it to be green. That looks too much like it's just shooting laser beams. You don't want to be full sci-fi. Unless you're playing Project Warlock, in which case you got that sci-fi fantasy mix genre going on. Okay, I see what you mean by verticality now. Alright, let's see here. So I think purple. I think purple's a solid color for a super shotgun with magic. It's a nice solid... It has that kind of ethereal color to it, you know, glowy purple stuff. But it also doesn't look like green laser juice. I know, very technical terms here. It's fiction, who gives a shit? You can have it shoot rainbows. Honestly, having it shoot rainbows would actually be more appropriate for magic, I think. Like, I wouldn't expect a Star Wars laser to be taking yourself seriously or even comedically to be rainbow colored. And I don't mean like rainbow colored like it's just like shifting the rainbow. I mean like actually shooting a rainbow. Bam! You get like it's like the after effect of rain. You know when there's moisture in the air and the right light reflects? Yeah. The magic residue left behind by the shotgun blast causes a rainbow to form. A perfect rainbow every time. That would be funny. That would be hilarious and beautiful. That's the kind of like wonderful mix-up like tongue-in-cheek parody kind of humor you want to see in your funny magic pew-pew game. Alright, I heard other things awakening. I hear the monsters awakening from within. Alright, so I'm back here. Whee! Let's go! Ah. What color would you guys have your magic shotgun shoot? I want to know your opinions. What do you think is the best color? Or would it not even shoot color? Would it just be invisible? You just point at someone and they start coughing up blood, maybe. Because you gave them, like, necrotic damage. That'd be like a necromancer gun, not necessarily a magic gun, huh? You shoot gun at somebody, they instantly die, and their corpse reanimates as a zombie. RGB magic shotgun. So we agree that rainbow, it's probably rainbow is the most magical color. Rainbow, the most magical color of them all. Oh, the slime, I didn't notice it before. The slime actually has like an explosive barrel in its gut. It's surrounding an explosive barrel, which is why it explodes so violently when we blow it up with fire damage. Kind of cool. I like that idea, actually. It's like, I will take you with me. I didn't know slimes could be kamikaze. Purple or green, too. Great minds think alike. Dumb stuff wizard, baby. Oh, if you like that kind of thing, go to Terraria. I think they have several things like that in Terraria. I just remember about Terraria. It's like, wait, rainbow guns. Oh, wait, Terraria has some of those. Man, oh man. Actually, there was actually a character who reanimated targets they slew with their arrows. The Sylvanas from Warcraft 3. I remember her hero was pretty cool, and I liked her in a lot of like the hero. I liked the ability, the shadow ability, arrow ability, and a lot of like the hero tower defense slash base defense slash big MOBA kind of things. Because you could kill normal troops and turn them into your soldiers with every blow, in addition to dealing dark damage. But yeah, her whole thing is that she could shoot enemies and then reanimate them as stronger and stronger undead with different with increasing levels of power. It was pretty cool. But now we're getting into like classic fantasy where we don't have magic guns. Wait, actually, wait, what am I talking about? Warcraft 3 specifically has guns. The dwarves are there with their dwarvish guns. I forgot about that. And even the humans have like muskets. You know, I think that Warcraft 3 is very like classical fantasy, but they're actually pretty a lot further along the technology tree than a lot of fantasy games get, or fantasy settings get, I guess. Kind of interesting to think about. I guess foundational doesn't necessarily mean generic. Although, I would still argue Warcraft 3 is a little generic. Not a ton. It has some stuff going for it. The whole orcs are actually extra-dimensional invaders is kind of cool. I like that one. I like that bit. Whoa. Fireball, fireball, fireball! I didn't ask if everybody was out of the way. I said I cast fireball! Get fucked! Explosive barrel. Yes, please. Tentacles, be gone. No hentai here for you. I want nothing to do with your heretical hentai. Be gone, abominations of the warp. You shall not profane me. I refuse your temptations. Ooh, treasure. Refuse temptations. Ooh, treasure. I refuse temptations of the flesh, not of the treasure. The treasure is holy and wondrous. All hail the treasure. All hail the great power of money. Actually, I've been rewatching some World of Darkness lore videos. If you've never encountered World of Darkness before, I'm taking this joke from the lore videos I've been watching. Do you know what's in World of Darkness? Yes. Just yes. If you're asking if something is in World of Darkness, yes, it is in World of Darkness. There is everything. Can't overcome draconic instincts, can we? No, even when we love books, the shiny gets to us sometimes. Because it's pretty, pretty, shiny, shiny. Very pretty and very shiny. Alright, I need to get to those chests somehow. Has to be a way to do it. But no, if you ever, like, World of Darkness lore is actually insane. Like, I shudder to think of the minds that came up with some of it. It is pure madness concentrated into a role-playing setting. Even by the standards of role-playing settings, which I'll remind you, includes D&D, which is equally unhinged in many ways. But World of Darkness seems so grounded and mature in comparison. And then you dive under the surface and it's like, nope. Nope. This is just unhinged. Like, legitimately, some of the stuff in it. Oh god, what were some of, like, the crazier things? So Cain is the original vampire, which everybody kind of knows. But there's also just, like, a bunch of random bullshit about the different, like, clans and the stuff they get up to. For example, there's this weird guy who's a part of the psychic hive mind who, is, like, essentially all the seers. Oh shit, I got trapped between them. I got trapped between a rock and a hard place. God being real is canon in World of Darkness, but so is Santa. So high bar. But yeah, I love that quote. That the guy who did the lore videos I was watching, I actually downloaded them, so I put them on my Plex server. But definitely go check his stuff out. I need to get his name. I forgot his name. Fred, Code and Assembly, if you could post the name in the chat, that'd be, like, amazing. But his videos are great. That is an actual line he said, which is that God is real, but so is Santa, so it's not that high a bar to clear. The Fae are real, and some people just are Fae, and they can just do creativity bullshit magic. Burger King. Oh, right, Burger King. His name is Burger King. Cool name. Wizards are real, and their powers are defined by what they believe in, by the fact they realize reality isn't real, and so they can just make up rules for on the fly. But it turns out there are a bunch of wizards who didn't like the fact that the entirety of our fabric of our reality was essentially a patchwork of what people believed at the time, which means you could walk a few miles to the east and actually run into monsters you didn't know were real, because where you came from they weren't real. And so a bunch of them got together and formed this thing called the Technocracy, which is essentially the New World Order, but also it's this bureaucratic nightmare machine that's so complicated that basically no one's really in charge anymore. And it's all just on top of the fact that there's like another evil corporate, shadowy corporate oligarchy run by the corruptive influence of the worm, which is part of this triumvirate of like nature spirits that were subservient to Gaia. But then the worm got like, the web went mad, the worm went even madder, and essentially werewolves are now the avenging angels of Gaia's wrath. And God, the more you delve into it, the crazier it gets. And so there are now, in addition to the Technocracy, who I remind you basically runs the world, there are also the shadowy cabals under the corruptive influence of the werewolves' like arch enemy, who basically does a bunch of anti-ecological disaster stuff, like pollution and all that kind of stuff. So the werewolves in this setting are not only some of the most terrifying physical foes you can encounter, they are also functionally eco-terrorists. Yes, werewolves are eco-terrorists in World of Darkness. That is like their gimmick. Oh shit, keep dying. And all of this is also in a world where mummies, wraiths, literal gods, oh yeah, the afterlife exists. Sort of, ish, yes. Just yes. Also, reincarnation exists on top of the afterlife. They both exist in the same world. They are both true, because yes. And, God, it's so fucked. Everything in this setting is so messed up. It's like 10 different levels of creation myths stacked on top of each other, it feels like at times. Like, none of them really counteracts each other. Oh, also, the Archangel, Michael was actually a vampire all along, who founded like a vampire utopia, which is not a utopia for us, it's a utopia for vampires. Very different things there. You know, utopia for humans is not a utopia for vampires, and vice versa. Upper and lower Umbra, yeah. It's... the World of Darkness may be the most insane setting I actually have ever encountered. And I've brushed up on, like, comic lore before. World of Darkness is crazier than that. As hard as it is to believe. It's just so much contradictory bullshit. And even its own innate timeline does not make sense. Because, by definition, it's a role-playing game first. And as a result, it doesn't necessarily need to be coherent at times. It just needs to give you cool ideas for things that could be real in your setting. In your little session. Oh, it's so fucked. Oh man, oh man. And again, this is all happening alongside a fairly, like, cutthroat vampire society. And people, it's not like these people just don't know this stuff. Plenty of people are aware of the deeper secrets and lore of their world. But most of them are only aware of the secrets that directly relate to them. Like, yes, some vampires are aware wizards exist, but they're not affected by the weird paradox thing wizards have going on. And so wizards, while seeing them as somewhat fascinating and like we should learn how to replicate the fact that they're immune to paradox sickness, which is what happens when a wizard fucks with reality too much and the literal reality police show up and arrest them like an actual fucking cop. No, I don't know where they come from or why. There is not a World of Darkness, there is only your World of Darkness. Exactly. And that's the interesting thing about it, I find. As crazy as the setting is, the reason it works is because, yes, the mages may be having a cool shadow war between traditional magic and the technocracy to decide the new fate of reality itself and what constitutes as real. And magic and technology may actually just be magic because technology declared that technological science is how the world works and convince the rest of humanity that's how it works. But a vampire doesn't care. They can still use a cell phone. It doesn't matter to a vampire if reality is defined by humanity. That doesn't affect them on a day-to-day. Likewise, werewolves generally don't care about mages unless the technocracy gets caught up in a worm corruption cult. They're not really gonna care because all they care about is defending nature and dealing with that. And to be honest, werewolves don't really care about a lot in general because they're basically the badasses of the entire universe. And if anything happens, they can generally just kill it. Like, most things in the World of Darkness can be killed by a werewolf. Because no matter how cool you are, no matter how good you get, a werewolf can still show up and rip your arms off. Try to say actually in context of World of Darkness. Oh man, oh man. I mean, the technocracy does exist. It is a very powerful, it is a very powerful organization that does exist. It has a lot of influence. It's just, well, to be fair, we're not really, it kind of has ballooned into this gigantic bureaucratic organization. And so many of the mages that run it now are so powerful, they basically can only exist in their own private realities. Because the more a mage becomes obsessed with crafting the world to suit their needs, the more that reality around them reshapes into what they believe. And mages tend to pick up some really effed up beliefs over time, because they literally just objectively do not believe in reality as you and I understand it. And as a result of all this, they end up living in their giant evil space, their personal realities, which are essentially satellite universes floating in space, because the void is actually just space, which is the one part of the universe that hasn't been corrupted by the general consensus of reality. And oh my god, I sound like a madman rambling. Just describing the World of Darkness makes you sound like like you belong in an insane asylum. It's... I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Just talking about it broke my brain. Oh, it's insane. The depths that you can go down, the rabbit hole of actual literal madness you can descend if you take part in the World of Darkness deep lore. And again, like, none of it matters at all. You could pick up a book, decide that you don't really care about the lore at all, be some newly turned vampires who give zero shits about the Camarilla existing in some small town trying to deal with a supernatural murder mystery. It is completely pointless, and I think that's why I love it all the more. Because if I need to understand this stuff, it would feel like an obligation. But because I don't, it's a fun hobby. Don't forget the spirit realm, just that by itself. Oh right, the entire realm of the dead, and the changelings and Feywilds and that whole shit. And oh, and don't forget the mummies, which I don't even know that much about because they're so low on the list of things I need to know. I'm just like, whatever by this point. Oh, and don't forget, this is all taking place in a version of the human world that is supposed to, on a surface level at least, resemble the modern day. I don't even, oh, by the way, cyberspace is actually, by the way, the internet is actually a parallel reality that mages can enter. It is, it just keeps going and going. It doesn't stop. It just gets deeper. The rabbit hole descends even further. Nothing can stop it. It devours everything until not even sanity remains. And all you're left with is questions. Like, who the hell thought all this shit up? Oh man, oh man. You can charge different hierarchies of the same place. Yup. Yup, yup, yup. Oh shit, I turned my fire shield on too early. Oh well. Gotcha. So yeah, that's World of Darkness for you. If you ever want to delve into the madness of reality, go to Burger King's channel, turn on his World of Darkness lore playlist, and just listen to him talk. You will either go mad or undergo a mage awakening, one of the two. Or nothing will happen. I can promise neither, technically. Or you might turn out like me, which I'm not sure is a gift or a curse. Just a campfire has separate spirits of camping, fire, community heat, entropy, and cooking. Oof. Gotcha. Alright. Well, let's go, go, go. 3 hours of Fey lore. There are multiple hours of almost all the lore. The Fey didn't get a lot extra. Mage got like 2 or 3 videos. A little bit of everything all the time. Yes, it is literally the kitchen sink design of like urban fantasy. That's why the joke at the beginning was literally like, is it in World of Darkness? Yes. Doesn't matter what you ask. Yes, it is in World of Darkness. Holy shit. Well, that sucked. It is the madness of reality made manifest. It is the darkest desires and thoughts in your mind. It is the depths of madness that dwell within every human being, waiting to be unleashed by a cavalcade of torrent into the unknown, as you are dragged, kicking and screaming into the unknown. Or perhaps just you embrace it willingly, grasping into its depths, in a desperate attempt to find any rationality in a world that has none. Or perhaps you're just there for the vampire politics. There really is no wrong way to do it, you know? Oh man, oh man. So yeah, that is the depths of World of Darkness, and I've actually done a campaign in World. Well, we've done a bit of a campaign. We got like one session. We got a few sessions of World of Darkness done, with Code and Assembly as the Dungeon Master. But things just petered out. He was busy with other stuff. So we moved on to Magnus Archive, which I am working on getting a mini adventure together while we wait for the new book to come out. Because apparently it's not coming out till 2026, like spring of 2026 or something. So I'm gonna work on getting another mini campaign ready for that. Which is also a world where kind of anything is real, but as long as you're afraid of it. Anything is real as long as it makes you scared. Alrighty, grab all these. Why can't I pick up this health potion? It's weird. There are health potions around, but I can't do anything with them. Oh shit! Do a grenade. Dr. Corvast. Woof. My attempt to get better with hands is also so I can continue drawing Dr. Corvast's animation. I have not forgotten about that. I just have not had time. Because every time I'm working on something, I'm working on like 1,000 other things. Shatter. The power of the shattering. Boosh. Get shattered. Oh. Man, oh man. Ooh, what's this? What did that do? Secret has been found. Look at me go. Getting secrets done. Man, the time has actually flown by. You know, I was a little harsh on this game at the beginning, but it's actually perfectly good. Good. I do think I personally prefer Project Warlock, but I do enjoy this game a lot. It's a lot of fun. Boomer shooters have a very arcadey feel to them. Which is weird, because I don't think arcade games really played like this. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. All right. Gotcha. Okay. And pull the lever. Pull the lever, crunk. Pull the lever, crunk. I was hoping I could, like, drop myself down there, but nope. Whoa. Goblin. Got it. Fireball time, baby. Tossing those fireballs, fireballs. Got fire deep inside. Okay. Honestly, we're doing pretty well, all things considered. Grab all these, try and find any secrets. Oh, found another secret door. The good old Doom technique of just hump the wall and spam the button. Spam the interact button while we're walking alongside the wall in a not sus at all manner. It works. It works 100%. It works every time, 100% of the time. Even if sometimes the interact button is the blow shit up button. Or the bash it with a giant sword button. Actually, I still remember in Dark Souls, there was this one invisible wall in Dark Souls that people found that apparently required you to literally, ooh, Wizard's Wrath, boils over, imbuing your magic with double damage for 15 seconds. Nice. And it took like 100 blows before it would actually open. So normally in Dark Souls, if you hit a wall like one time, and it's an invisible wall, it'll vanish and you get a secret room. They're pretty common. They've been in a lot of games. I think even, I'm not sure, I think Demon Souls had them. I know for a fact Dark Souls had them. I'm not sure about Demon Souls. It's been a while. But there was this one, I think it was either in Dark Souls 3 or Elden Ring. And it was like, you had to hit this wall in a specific place, like, a lot. Like, at least double digits. I think it was 100, but don't quote me on that. And if you hit it enough times, it would open. There wasn't anything noteworthy there. It wasn't like some secret item we were missing. It just was an invisible wall, some random room that we're half wondering if the developers put in by accident, because it seems so weird. It means start getting good. The appeal. I mean, it's not a good game if it hasn't kicked my ass at least once, right? That's what gives me like the challenge, the rush and thrill of accomplishment. Okay. Got him. Oh. The place started crumbling again, which means something was going off. So much crumbling pixel art textures here that it's hard to tell if it's like a hole in the wall that's opening up or what. Okay, I think we've already been here, so let's head this way. I love Ninja Gaiden. Fuck it, will change your perception, actually. Oh, I haven't played Ninja Gaiden! Oh, so that's why I should do Friday. That's obvious why I should do Friday. Holy shit. That's like the ultimate thing I've been meaning to play a Ninja Gaiden game forever. That seems like a pretty good opportunity, actually. Let's just pencil that in for Friday. I was thinking Blood Dragon, but like, I mean, Ubisoft versus Ninja Gaiden, that's not even like a competition, I don't think. Not original Blood Dragon, Trials of the Blood Dragon. Neon Blood Dragon's like rainbow-colored cousin. But no, Ninja Gaiden. Which one do you recommend for a short stream? I'm actually curious, Nerdo. Haha. Got you. I am the master of movement. You cannot hit me. I'm too fast. Because I think you posted one in the recommendations. You know, I'll probably go and grab that one. If there's one in there. Oof. Alright. Drama. Alright, leave it on a full series. Alright, I'll do it another time. Next time I do a recommendation game, I'll probably try. Because I tried Dawnseeker's, Witchspring R recommendation. So, next time we have time for like a full-on recommendation one. Once I deal with all the new stuff that came out while we were busy. I will go ahead and try it. I might get frustrated because I've heard Ninja Gaiden, even from Dark Souls players' perspectives, is like an extremely punishing series. I've heard rumors about Ninja Gaiden that make me like legitimately worried for my sanity. Ooh, treasure chest! Yay, mine. Alright, we got ice ammo. Let's use it. Oh shit! We got bats! Everybody, we have bats. Look out for the bats. Got bats and tentacles. Holy shit. These little bastards will sneak up on you. Weasels. Little bastards will get you. We have nothing to fear except weasels. Those little bastards will get you. Beware the bats. Ninja Gaiden will change you. I'm not even kidding. I don't know. I feel like I've already undergone my hard games are amazing revelation with Dark Souls. I think the time for my Ninja Gaiden revelation passed in favor of my Dark Souls revelation. When I realized I'm no longer a child who just wants to beat a game. I want to get hurt while I beat it. Like as a child, I used to be like kind of like I don't want games to be too difficult. But then I'm like, no, turn up the difficulty higher, please. Higher, yes, that's it. Hurt me. Oh, murder me. Oh god, so you're gonna kill me like 5 times before I beat a level? Nice. Gods. Okay, 20 minutes over the par time. Oh man, whoever can do this via par is a fucking madman who's memorized the level.
I've got just the thing for a hero like you.
Okay, finally got some stuff. Maximum consumables you can hold per type by 2. More magic orbs. Increased arsenal. Higher daddy. What's hard about Souls? Souls is hard because it doesn't play by the player is the ultimate badass kind of thing that a lot of other games do. Fires a whole arcane rock dimensionally treasured. A small frost explosion. Dark Souls will legitimately actually fuck you up. It won't let enemies stay off to the side, and also, Miyazaki is a devious little trickster who is not above hiding things in very cheap locations. Oh, the Analondo archers are bullshit. Sorry, I had like a problem stuck in my throat. It's gone now though, I can kill them. It's fine. It's fine, I keep saying that and it'll be fine. I'm gonna grab a bag of holding. Souls games are difficult, though. Especially if you challenge yourself, too. Actual challenge runs in... One of the interesting things about Souls games is they're as hard as you want them to be, actually. Because I play Souls games as like mostly a single-player person. I don't summon a ton. I summoned a bit in Elden Ring because it was easier, and I was streaming it, and I didn't want to get stuck for too long. But generally speaking, when I'm playing Souls, especially second or third playthroughs, I don't summon, generally speaking. And nowadays, I've even stopped using the Spirit Ash. And if you don't use the Spirit Ash, especially in Elden Ring, holy shit, some bosses are a lot harder. No Spirit Ash runs are a lot tougher. I still have not... I beat Radon without Spirit Ash. I did beat Radon without Spirit Ash. I did that recently. What was that, like a few months ago? Back in... Oh god, what was it, like... Oh shit, we're in the zombie graveyard. Devil May Cry 3 players. Souls means nothing to me. Talk to me again when you've done a soul level run of Dark Souls. Let me know how that feels, bud. Oh, we gotta take out the zombie. We gotta take out the magic shotgun in the zombie graveyard, right? Hey, everybody, zombie time. Okay. Oh, there again, just so many murdered wizards. I feel a little targeted by all the wizard murder. Just a little. Like, does anybody else feel a little personally attacked by the wizard murder? Because I'm feeling a little personally attacked by the wizard murder. There's just like a lot of it, you know? I feel like they're saying, go home wizards, we will kill you. For a game called Wizordum, it sure loves murdering wizards. Oh god, so you mean the... Oh! Fuck, Scholar of the First Sin. I forgot about Scholar of the First Sin. So, okay. You know how Scholar of the First Sin is, like, way harder than normal Dark Souls 2? You know that game... You know how it's, like, probably... I would actually say Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin Edition, may be one of the hardest Dark Souls games. Especially the DLCs. Holy shit, Dark Souls 2's DLC is like crazy. But Scholar of the First Sin... So for those of you who don't know, Scholar of the First Sin and Dark Souls 2 weren't actually made by Miyazaki. They were made by From Software with a different team while Miyazaki was off working on Bloodborne. And there is a lot of slightly different design philosophy. Oh shit. And that design philosophy is enemies are tanky and there are a lot of them. And Dark Souls 2 Scholar for Sin Edition is basically Dark Souls 2, but harder. There are just more enemies, tankier enemies, and all around just bullshit in places. It's not even the bosses. Honestly, the bosses are some of the least difficult parts about Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 bosses are fine. Most of them aren't that hard. Ancient Dragon notwithstanding, Vendrick notwithstanding. Vendrick is bullshit because he can just, like, one-shot you, and he's a little tedious. But he's not actually that difficult. Once you learn his, like, 2 attacks, it's easy to poke him to death. You also need a bunch of Giant Souls, which you can collect Giant Souls by going to these memories and getting these Giant Souls. And once you have them, his health is still ginormous, but he doesn't have, like, 70% damage reduction or whatever bullshit he has when you have no Giant Souls. However, there's also the Ancient Dragon, which has one of the Giant Souls you need for Vendrick, and may be the most tanky enemy in the entire series. Like, legitimately. I don't think there is a more tanky enemy than the Ancient Dragon. It has so much health, and it can just... basically every attack it has can one-shot or two-shot you. Doesn't matter how much health you have. You will get killed in 1 or 2 hits from the Ancient Dragon. It also has a very large amount of health, so you're not only fighting something that hits really hard, you're fighting something that hits really hard, can kill you nearly instantly, and also requires you to be on your guard for like 30 straight minutes during the fight, because it takes forever. Not like with reading once I get my way, things I'm doing, locking the fuck down, and laugh at you once I 100% it. Oh no, I 100% it too, dude. It's not like the hardest thing in the world. It's just, by the standards of Dark Souls games, it's pretty freaking hard. And a lot of the hardest content is completely optional. Like, there is literally no reason to kill the Ancient Dragon. It's basically a false Ancient Dragon. I'm not gonna get into the lore, but like, it's peaceful. It offers you advice on the nature of existence and its own immortal nature. It is a completely passive NPC that you can kill to make another fight that is hard by virtue of the enemy being really tough and really high damage, like it. Slightly harder, or slightly easier. But in order to make that fight easier, you have to kill something that is objectively tougher than Vendrick. Oh, man. It is really... Dark Souls 2 is like... almost... At the time, I used to consider it bullshit. The other thing with Dark Souls 2 that makes it particularly annoying, and it's the thing that I think pissed off most players... So, anybody who's talked to the Dark Souls community probably heard the whole... Dark Souls 2 is underrated, and Dark Souls 2 is the worst thing ever, and I hate it. And the reasons because of that are a little nuanced, but they really boil down to one thing. In Dark Souls, you have dodge and invincibility frames. You know, when you dodge, you get a certain number of frames that are like, hey, I can't be hurt. Dark Souls 2, when you first start the game, you will have less iframes than any other Souls game. And the reason for this is that Dark Souls 2 ties the number of iframes you get, both to your equipment load and also to a stat called adaptability, which changes the speed attribute that you have. And your speed determines how quickly you cast spells and how quickly you can roll. And the thing is that you need to allocate some points to this otherwise useless stat just to get basic Dark Souls 1 roll speed. It was a really controversial change. Not a lot of people liked it. It basically disappeared and never came back. Like, Dark Souls 2 actually had some really good ideas. Some people say it had nothing good for the series, but anyone who says that is a liar who doesn't know what they're talking about. Or an idiot who hasn't played the game and has only heard about it. Because a lot of the cool things that we got later on, like power stancing weapons, that came from Dark Souls 2. You know, and there's a lot of like really cool stuff that Dark Souls 2 I think did. It has torch mechanic that didn't fully flesh out, but I personally thought it was a cool idea. Which involves you trading off your offhand in order to use a torch to light up extremely dark areas. the benefit is that one of the reasons the torch was so cool is that it didn't just mean you pulled out the torch when you needed stuff done. You had to pull out the torch and keep it out because not only was the area dark, but you couldn't just light the torch whenever you felt like it. You could only light it with bonfires or with a at least at the start of the game, rare consumable item. The like fire butterflies or whatever, you shattered the jar and then you could light your thing. And this forced you to go through a level with your offhand holding a torch, which I thought was pretty cool because it actually limited your options in certain areas and made other areas feel tense and claustrophobic. It was really fun. And they had a lot of things where you could use the torch on objects to like burn wooden structures or even just like activate other torches. So you could light other torches, which could then act as checkpoints for your torches. So you could like, okay, I've gotten to this point. I'm going to use my torch to light this. Now I can put my torch away and deal with these enemies that are upcoming when I can still see them. And then I can come back and relight my torch at this little brazier, which was really cool in my opinion. Maybe that's just me, but... Ooh. Oof. Oh, yay, got it turned off. Nice. Again, Dark Souls 2 had its flaws. Adaptability and speed were definitely stupid. I used to hate Dark Souls 2, to be fair. I used to consider it the worst Dark Souls game by far. I actually don't think that anymore. I think 3 is the worst. Fight me. I know everybody's like, oh, but Gale. I'm like, I think 3 is objectively the worst overall. It has some of the weakest stuff in the game. It reuses a lot from Dark Souls 1. And not in a way that I was like, ooh. But in a way I was like, eh, whatever. Like, Gwendolyn comes back and he's been eaten by Aldrich. I'm just like, big slug fight. Kill it. Stupid arrow rain. And also some of like the most annoying attacks in the series I just didn't like fighting. Like, really bullshit. Keep off the aggression bullshit things. No. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Anyway, the other things though the Dark Souls 2 get right was in its weapon and build variety, which Elden Ring took a lot of inspiration from, I think. Because Elden Ring has like a really good build variety, but Dark Souls 2 had so many things. A lot of weapons were viable, and a lot of weapon combinations were viable, even in PvP, which is something that traditionally Souls games have struggled with, where most PvP is dominated by a handful of weapons. In Dark Souls 2, there were a lot of viable varieties for like PvP-related builds, which I really enjoyed as someone who actually plays Dark Souls PvP in the arenas and stuff. Might not be a change that everyone enjoyed, but it was definitely a change I enjoyed. It also did Soul Memory, which... Alright, look, I'm not blind. I will freely admit Soul Memory was a failure. The gimmick with Soul Memory was that Dark Souls 1 had a lot, and I mean a lot, of twinking. Twinking is when you, in a Souls game, when you basically become a low-level character. You know, like smurfing in shooters? It's like that. You're basically, you take a character, you keep them at a low level, and use them to destroy the game. Like, you're so good you can soul level 1 run the game, okay? You beat the DLC, you beat the main game, you get all this overpowered equipment. Then you find things like Chaos Weapons in Dark Souls 1, or the Ulu Steel Callus in Dark Souls 1, or things like the Dragon Halberd in Elden Ring, or like rot items and rot pots, and you go in and you kill people. And look, I don't think it's a bad thing, all considered, because by the time I play Dark Souls games, or at least get into the PvP, people aren't really, it's not really new players that I'm invading. It's generally replays or people with like help and bodyguards, and I don't feel as much guilt about doing that. And you could just choose to not use strong stuff against certain groups of people. And I don't get me wrong, I did play around with some very devious builds in Dark Souls 1. I used Dark Magic Bead to one-shot people with the Ulusu Callus that didn't need scaling. And in Dark Souls 1, twinks were, like, disgusting. I will freely admit that using the Ulusu Callus with Dark Magic, even if I went to the DLC at, like, level 30 and beat Artorias, was pretty fucked. I could walk up to basically anyone at that level, even anti-twink hunters, like people who get, like, 3 people all summoned together in a world that are just waiting for invaders with, like, in-game gear to kill them using teamwork. Even with them, with other people with in-game gear, I could walk up to them and just one-shot them. Because at a certain level, if your health is just naturally low and the damage is just too much. And there were also, like, chaos weapons, and the fact that weapon matchmaking didn't exist yet, so no matter what your weapon level, you were matched with people who might have, like, unupgraded weapons. All that mattered was your level, and there were so many ways to become powerful around it. But, and so, as a result of this, Dark Souls 2 tried to solve it. Every Souls game has tried to solve twinking to an extent. And not counting PvP, of course. Yeah. And Dark Souls 2's gimmick to solve this was that it was gonna track how many souls you acquired. Whenever you kill someone, your souls are your currency, they're your experience points. You need souls to get stronger and to buy items. So theoretically, people who have not acquired that many souls in a playthrough should be only matched with other people that have been playing the game for about as long as them on that character, you know? So you won't be able to have somebody who has like hundreds of hours hunting people. Except they forgot something. See, there was this little ring they did, possibly because they wanted PvP to be a thing still, and they didn't want people to be like slowly pushed out of their brackets. Where this ring would absorb all the souls, so you wouldn't get any currency, but it would stop you from gaining them for soul memory. Which meant that all a twink had to do, and don't get me wrong, it was harder to twink. It was harder, because you had to beat the game, not just at a low level, but without dying too many times. Because you need to buy items, you need to do all this other stuff. It also meant that you were limited in the number of items you get, but people just use Cheat Engine to get their items. That's not really a problem. At least on non-console sources, I guess. But the main issue was that this meant that twinks could go into these low levels and kill people over and over and over again, as long as they were wearing this ring. And yes, to an extent it did weaken them. You know, there was not weapon matchmaking, but, hear me out. You couldn't really get, especially with like the extremely low brackets, you were invading complete noobs, not just low level players. You were limited in who you could invade, and it was really easy for players to quickly get out of that after 1 or 2 kills. They weren't like stuck with a single person killing them. It's not a perfect system. It's not even a great system, to be honest, because it made you have to care a lot about that if you wanted to match tweak with friends. This was before the password system. They tried to make it better with this like whole covenant thing where you could join these, not even like the covenants, it was like these like different like groups where you could PvP or PvE together. It was this weird thing. It was a whole different thing they tried to do. In the end, though, soul level memory was just like too much. You had to essentially keep track of how many souls you got, and it also meant that players that were low level but died a bunch of times and lost their souls regularly. Like, imagine if you were low level, but it's because every time you went to a boss, you forgot to level up and you died, and you lost all your souls because you're really bad at the game. You're barely making progress, and you've died like 20 times now, but you actually lost all the boss souls, so you haven't leveled up from them or even upgraded your weapons. And then all of a sudden you're invaded by somebody who's like 40 levels ahead of you with higher upgrade weapons because they actually spent all their currency and they've actually been using all their currency. It just led to systems like that where higher level players were not just like matched with lower level people, but almost encouraged to a certain extent to match with lower players, even if they didn't. Because objectively, worse players would be matched with higher players just due to the way the soul memory would match them. Like, the higher players would be at the advantage as opposed to the less powerful players. Which wasn't maybe the best if they were trying to make the experience less hostile. I don't know. It's weird. I think soul memory was a failure. I don't think that's disputable. There's a reason they moved to weapon matchmaking, because weapon matchmaking is a lot more, at least when paired with level matchmaking, is very, very good system. Oh, man. Oof. I do the fireball shooting around here. Haha. Gotcha. It's a whole deal. Dark Souls 2 was a bit... That's the thing, Dark Souls 2 wasn't a bad game. It was a mixed bag. There are some things it does well, like PvP and... not like PvP in the sense of invasions, but arena style of combat PvP, yes, absolutely. The build variety was great. But the matchmaking was mixed, so, overall. They have some very innovative places, but at the same time, like, they have this, like, gigantic floating city in the clouds with, giant fuck-off dragons everywhere. But it also sacrificed a lot of the sense of this being a real world. There are people who have tried to overlay the different Dark Souls 2 areas onto each other. And Dark Souls 1, for example, has a coherent map that you can actually, like, this is a real space almost. You can map out the entirety of Dark Souls 1, and it would actually fit together like a jigsaw puzzle. Dark Souls 2's map is a bit more, interpretive. Basically, if you try and map everything out, places start overlapping like crazy. This is not like a real world, like reality is shifting in on itself, which isn't really a criticism of it, is a different vibe. But yeah, it's this whole thing of Dark Souls 2 did a lot of stuff differently. Some of it worked and was even kept around, like the power stancing weapons. Other things were good, but got improved on later by better designs and more iterations, like how Soul Memory did kind of help things a bit, but it really didn't solve the problem that they were looking to solve, and so they moved on to weapon matchmaking and combining that with soul level matchmaking in order to really fix the problem. So all in all, I prefer to think of Dark Souls 2 less as a failure and more as a good experiment with a lot of good qualities that are worth praising. And honestly, it's a Dark Souls game I've gone back to several times. I particularly liked the magic use, because Hex magic was really cool, and Attunement did more than just give you spell slots, it also increased the number of casts for each spell, which was, I really liked that. I wish more of them had done that. I wish that had stuck around, actually. Downloading Dark Souls 2. Did I convince you? Good. Join me in the Dark Souls 2 fandom, it's fine. We can say go suck at Dark Souls 3, you're the worst one. That really is my saving grace, honestly, is that Dark Souls, no matter how bad people talk about Dark Souls 2, I'm like, hey, at least it's not Dark Souls 3. And I know there are people who legitimately love Dark Souls 3. I get it. But at the same time, come on. Be better. Be better. You can be better than this. Door has to be opened elsewhere. Alright. Destroy the stained glass windows. I hope you enjoy Dark Souls 2. I do. I will say it will feel a little janky. The movement will feel a little off. Part of that's the adaptability. You'll get used to it. Oof. Alright, we'll have like one more shot at this, and then I think this is where we're probably going to end off for tonight. Alright, one more try for the end of this level. Come on. We got this. We can do this. Fireball, fireball, fireball. Spell Striker. Alright. They will kneel before me. Dark Souls 2 is kind of interesting, though, just in the sense of, like, all the stuff it did for the lore. A lot of people just ignore it, but I actually think it has a lot of interesting things to say. And one of the things people forget is that Aldia's, like, whole rant about humanity's true nature was actually made canon in Dark Souls 3. Like, he ranted about what Gwyn did to humanity. And it turned out that he was entirely correct, and even Miyazaki decided that that part of the lore was worth keeping. So, like, the fact that Aldia's whole spiel about humanity's true nature being sealed away, Gwyn's great crime, all that shit, I actually think that's really cool, and I think that lore-wise, Dark Souls 2 is definitely... People say Dark Souls 2 doesn't matter, but I'm like, dude, Aldia called out the whole Ring City DLC, essentially, years before Dark Souls 3 came out. You can't say it's not canon. He literally called the lore. He was literally confirmed to be right. Hashtag Aldia was right. Of course, the true age of humanity from that ending doesn't seem to happen, but I also don't think that was the canonical ending. I think the canonical ending is shit continues to be terrible. Also, one of the things I did like about Dark Souls 2 is it really like dug into the whole Hollows losing their memories. Like, Hollows losing their memories was something we knew happened in other Dark Souls games. It's what happened to like a lot of the characters when they went insane is they lose themselves and become mindless Hollows. But Dark Souls 2 really leaned into like the madness of the curse of undeath, where humans lose all that they are and become these hollow husks with no memory or identity. Which again happened to patches. Like the whole story with Lucille and her whole journey and loss of memory and self, like her brother. All of that stuff, they reutilized a lot of this. And yes, a lot of it was building on Miyazaki's ideas already. So a lot of it was like they were working from the same playbook, I get that. But at the same time, he did seem to embrace a lot of the things they brought to the forefront, which I think is cool. Oh yeah, the ice staff is like really good. Okay. Boom. Alrighty. Got him. Get him, get him, get him. If you need filler before Ninja Gaiden, try out Devil May Cry 3. I don't think I'm gonna need filler. I have so many games on my to-do list. Alright, where are we going next? Alright, I think we need to go here. Fireball, 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 fireball. Got him. The skeletons getting back up is really annoying. I know that's what they do, but still. Dear God, this thing does not work well at close range. Okay. Come on, come on. Got him. Let's go. Alright, this is the way. This is the way. We need a treasure key. Good God, there's so many treasure chests and so little treasure keys. Oh my God, damn it. Shit. Shit, 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 shit. Come on, come on. We can do this. You know, I should just use my super spell move. That would have been better. Oh shit. Superpower move, go! The shotgun kind of sucks, not gonna lie. Yes, but you need something that can show you what difficulty is. I've played Bayonetta. Bayonetta is fun. and difficult. Especially that one particular segment, the one that drove me to madness, because I was trying to platinum Bayonetta. And I actually was platinuming most of the levels. And then I got to that level. The one where it's like, hey, we know you've been playing an action RPG game by now, but can you platinum this game where you're basically doing a flight game? Thanks. And I'm like, the frick did I just what the frick just happened? Boom. Boom. Got him. Alright. Hidden paths revealed. Okay. Not sure what that means, but alright. Oh, I'm in super power-up mode. I wasted it. Oh, I can walk across some visible bridges now. Alright, come on, come on. We gotta get to the exit. We have overstayed our welcome. It is almost 9:30. We need to get to the exit. Alright, come on, come on, come on. Move, move, move. Move, move, move. Come on, we can do this. Holy shit, I really should have saved my super move. Oh, except the super move's gone. Boom. Gotcha. Alright, got him. Oof. Alright, got that one too. Move in. I actually need to play Bayonetta. It is unapologetically fun. Like, it radiates charm. And also sexual tension, but you know. Not sexual tension, sexual need. Like, she literally uses BDSM techniques to kill demons. I wish I were joking about that, but I'm not. That is the game. That is the whole game. Oh, when you also kill God. With a giant moth mech. Because you wear a suit made of your own hair, use it to summon a butterfly demon, and then you eventually go kill demons, and then finally God. Oh, in the second game, I think you're fighting wait, no, you're fighting mostly angels in the first game, and then the second game, you're fighting mostly demons. Or is it... No, I think you're fighting angels regardless. You're killing angels using demon hair and BDSM techniques. One more fun thing to try, say I have. It's definitely an experience, but Bayonetta is also one of those characters that doesn't matter if you're there for that, like, particular other aspect of it. It's just fun. Her entire game radiates this casual, carefree charm. There's a reason Nintendo added her, despite the fact that she's basically an 18+ warning in and of herself. There's a reason Nintendo added her to Smash Brothers. She actually fits in better than some people believe. Alright, let's go. I know what Bayonetta is, I just never got to play. Well, I'm saying I do indeed recommend her. She's a lot of fun. Oh, man, oh, man. Come on, come on. Alright, well, wait a second. We have a lot of other things to do here. Jeez. Okay. Huh. Where am I supposed to go here? Oh, maybe this one? And we go in here, grab all this treasure, secret found. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Come on, where is the exit? The final exit. The final countdown. Down, 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 down. Okay, maybe head this way? Alright, let's head back. There's something in the center over here that I must have missed. Once those... Okay, never mind, it's not over there. I am so confused where the map wants me to go. Alright, I'm gonna give myself like 10 more minutes and then we're gonna like be like, okay. Because we only got like 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna have to go. I really wanted to finish this place. I guess I could always save. There is actual saving in this. So I could always just say save it and fuck it. But I really would like to actually finish this level. Oh shit, this level's dark. It's dark! It's dark as shit! Holy shit, I found a treasure key! I found an actual treasure key! Alright. Because I don't know what to add, what you did. You realize how serious the situation is. You want to know how Ninja Gaiden hard it actually is. Imagine that you have to pick a sword and survive 2 seconds against experienced ninjas. Once those pass, you realize one of them planted explosive kunai on you. Man, oh man. Reminds me watching people who don't know what the skull icon does in Dark Souls as a stats condition. It's like, hey, I survived the basilisk. So this fog. Ugh. Thorns explode. I turn to stone. Guy turned to stone. When you don't fall to the prey to the basilisk, and you're better than everyone. All right. Yeah, I think we're gonna head out for now. This is about where I'm gonna go ahead and stop. Mostly because I don't know how much longer this level is gonna go on, and I really do need to get to bed soon. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop it here for tonight. We'll go ahead and save. Get a little save slot. Look at me, got a save slot going. So yeah, it's been great, and I will move on to either Trials of Blood Dragon, First Bird Kazan, or the Ori and the Blind Forest. I'll probably decide on Wednesday so I can start making the thumbnail. But I will see you guys there. Bye.